is a marble tree that we got from Amish country, and it makes music.
That's amazing, isn't it? Music, huh? Ife, can you make the marble tree make music?
And I have a scary part too.
A scary part. No, let Grandma open it. Let Grandma open it. Here, you could stop. Okay, let me show them how. What is that? Is that where you store the marbles? Let Grandma open it. You can hold it.
Yeah, this is where you put the marbles in.
Let Grandma open it.
So you just like slide it.
Ooh. Open it again. Grandma, that this morning. Thank you, Isa. I appreciate you being here. Guys, I just want to remind you to please pray for Linda. She is going in early tomorrow morning for surgery to remove her ovary because she has a large cyst on the ovary, and the surgery, they will be doing a biopsy to determine if it's benign or cancerous. So we want to remember Linda in prayer for her upcoming surgery tomorrow morning. Thank you, guys. And I will attach the driving video and the Veterans Day video to this.
Don't leave yet.
Okay, so my phone filled up with storage. I don't know why. I've got to look into this because I paid for extra storage through Google, and it should not be shutting off in the middle of a video. It should continue to record. So hopefully it did save the first part of this video. I hope that it's there, so I will attach this to it. But anyway, I'm hoping that we can still enjoy the beautiful color of the leaves. I really want to gather some and preserve them some way, maybe dry them some way or another, and make some kind of a little fall decoration with them. I love my fall wreath. It's looking beautiful. It really wasn't intended to be a fall wreath because coral and oranges and yellows are my favorite colors. So that was I actually bought. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, November the 11th, and it's Veterans Day, and I just want to wish all of my veteran subscribers and viewers out there a very happy Veterans Day. I hope that you are able to reminisce and think back on some good times that you had while serving in the military. And for those of you who are still serving, I hope that you are enjoying your time in the military, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how very proud I am of you for your service, for your dedication, for your love for America, and your resolve to do everything in your power to protect our country and to keep us free. You know, I think a lot of us take our freedom for granted whenever, we really need to be thankful for living in America and having the freedoms that we share with one another today. Being able to go places and do things and make our own decisions and choose our own religious affiliation, and it's just all of these freedoms that we are born with, and we think that they are just a given and that we were given these freedoms, when actually it's our veterans who fought and sacrificed and who we owe these freedoms to today. So I just want all of my veterans and all of the veteran families out there to know how much I appreciate you and how grateful I am for the sacrifice that you've made so that I can enjoy the freedoms in America, and so that my family, my children, my grandchildren, and my great-grandchildren, and on down the line will get to enjoy. Not only just the ones who serve in the military, but the families, the wives and husbands and children and parents and grandparents all have to sacrifice for those who serve in the military. I have a lot of good subscribers who have family members in the military. Kathy Collins, both of her daughters are married to men in the military, and their daughters have children. I know one of her daughters has 4 children. And, Kathy and her husband both have sacrificed time from their lives to fly to where their daughters live and to stay with their daughters' family, with their grandkids, and do the babysitting and the caregiving while their son-in-laws were deployed overseas. So, when their daughter had to work with 4 children and their son-in-law was deployed, they jumped in and filled the gap and took over the caretaking responsibilities. And even Kathy's husband flew to Japan to help the daughter and stayed there for several months, and even had to stay longer than it was necessary for the help that he was doing for the daughter and their grandkids. But because of COVID-19, he ended up being isolated in Japan for an extra couple of months. So I just want to thank all of our veterans, all of active military today, and family members, to let y'all know that I have not forgotten about you. I'm so grateful and thankful for the love that you have for America and for the sacrifice that you make for us. So thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I am driving into Franklin Square today. I probably will run by my post office box just to grab my mail out of there. If there are any packages, then I'll just hold on to the little yellow card that they give me and go back another day to pick up my packages. I am going to slow down and let these cars merge. The reason that I'm staying in the right lane is so that I can film the very last of the fall leaves on the trees. I just want y'all to be able to enjoy this season with me. Just enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. I can't celebrate a fall and autumn without thinking of when I was growing up in Lumberton. We do have changing of the leaves there. It's not as long of a duration or as vivid of a change as it is here in the Northeast, but it was enough to where I was able to relish in it and enjoy it and have fond memories of fall there in Lumberton, Mississippi. But what evokes the best memories was homecoming season. Being a majorette in the band and participating in all the football games, and I didn't know a lot about football or really understand the game that much, but I sure knew a lot about being in the band and playing an instrument. And the instrument that I played was the drums, the snare drums. I only had one season that I actually had to march in the band, carrying the drums across my body. I had that strap going across my shoulder attached to the drum on my left hip, and that was pretty difficult. I was only 14 years old. I did try out for majorette when I was a freshman in high school, but the routine that I did was to a very slow song, and it was just ugly. I did not know how to twirl the baton that well. you know, growing up out there in the country, there was nowhere to take baton lessons or twirling lessons, I guess is what it's called. But I was very good friends with Ann, and she was a majorette. She had gotten chosen to be a majorette our freshman year. So that whole year she spent afternoons with me and teaching me how to twirl and do the figure eight and do all of the spins where you throw the baton up into the air and catch it when it comes down. And Mama did buy me a baton. I remember she took me to the musical instrument store there in Hattiesburg. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a big ordeal, y'all, to convince her to buy me a baton. And I remembered it cost $18, and it was this beautiful, thin, I guess it was made out of stainless steel, some type of heavy metal, and it had the rubber, the hard rubber white tips on the ends. And so that whole freshman year, I spent it at my friend Ann's house in the afternoon after school as many days as possible. We hung out together anyway because we were best friends, and I just loved her. She was an amazing friend, and her mother, Miss Johnny Ruth, she was a third grade teacher, and she was real sweet. And unfortunately, Ann's father, he was a very well-educated man. His name was Richard. He was principal of, you know, had worked his entire life in education and was principal of not Lumberton school system, but another school that in an area that they had just moved from because he had retired. And unfortunately, Mr. Richard got sick with Alzheimer's, and he passed away. I believe we were seniors in high school when he died from Alzheimer's. And it was so sad watching him be such a vibrant and healthy and happy man, and then to have to see him deteriorate. So that was very sad for Ann, but I was with her. You know, I did give her support, and I didn't know a lot about, you know, being sympathetic, but I tried my best to be there for her and be a shoulder for her to lean on and cry on when she needed to do that. So anyway, I did spend some afternoons after school, and she had taken twirling lessons, and she was the baby. I think she was what they would call a menopause baby. You know, when men and women think, well, the woman has already gone through menopause and she can't get pregnant, and then all of a sudden, oops, there she goes getting pregnant, because by the time Ann was born, her brothers were already in high school. I think the brother next, the middle brother, was at least 10 years older than her. So she was the baby, and she was spoiled, and she deserved to be spoiled. So Ann taught me how to twirl, and then during my sophomore year in high school, I did try out again, and Ann helped me with my routine for my tryout. And I remember I did the routine to the song Stars and Stripes Forever.